Hi Fit Foodies, welcome back, and if you're new to this channel, hello, welcome. This is The Balance and my name is Gemma. Please press that like and subscribe button if you like what you hear, and feel free to share this video with anyone that might want to hear the content. You can also obtain more by joining us at thebalanceuk.com, where for £10 a month you have full access to my libraries of fitness, nutrition and well-being videos. Just a full disclaimer, we will never contact you for one-to-one sessions, and we will never ask for donations, so please do not get scammed. Also, I am not a doctor, I am a personal trainer, and I'm just delivering you the information that I've gained over my 20 years experience of doing so. So please take what works for you and leave what doesn't. And if you are new to fitness and nutrition, or you're starting a new plan, please consult a doctor first. So let's get on with today. This is a really big subject that I expect some feedback from, actually. I expect people to be like, Jem, what? But it's, why do I put on more weight after I finish a diet? And this is one of my favorite things to talk to my clients about, because you do. How many of you have done a diet and then you end up bigger than before you dieted, or you end up the same weight as before the diet? And I'm going to tell you why this happens. So diets work all the time you're on them. They are designed that way. They're designed to work for you. What they do is they remove, subtract, reduce something, which causes your body to utilize its fat stores as energy. Now, when you do this, you enter panic mode. Your body goes into panic. So what happens is, the reason you lose so much weight is because, first of all, you lose a lot of water on these diets. So if you're doing a calorie restricted diet, or you're cutting carbohydrate, anything like that, your body will start to panic, which means you use all your water stores and you use your fat stores. Hence the reason you lose so much weight in the first few weeks of a diet, because you're depleting stores. Now, the most important thing to know here is your body is always trying to keep you alive. That's all your body cares about. It doesn't care what's going on with the Kardashians. It doesn't care what's happening at work. All your body wants to do 24/7, 365 days a year is look after you and keep you alive until the day you die. Even up until then, your body will still fight, because that's its job. So when you put your body voluntarily into this panic mode, your body will start searching for ways to keep you alive. And that's why you lose so much weight on diets. But when you come off of them, your body enters a different type of panic. So this is where the body starts to really panic and starts collecting all of the fat and sugars and the excess proteins in your new diet, the one that you've gone back to your eating, and it starts to store it as fat, because it's like, no, you're not doing that again. I'm going to make sure that I store up enough fat so that if you do this to me again, I've got backup. Now, for some people, this might not be a good analogy, but it is the best way that I can describe it. If you have a child in your care and you're out and about and you lose sight of that child, think of what happens to your body. Your whole body goes into panic. Your neck gets hot, you start to sweat, you're on high alert, you're looking everywhere. You really are in panic mode. And then you see that child and you're like, oh, thank God. And you grab that child and you hold that child so tightly, they're like, what are you doing? And you go into that overprotective mode. I'm not letting go of their hand. I'm going to hold their hand because they're not going to run off again. I don't want to go through this again. That is exactly what your body does when you go on a diet. So no, I don't agree with diets. I don't think diets work, because they make you go into panic, and the body doesn't want that. The body likes regularity. The body likes a varied diet. It likes variety. You get everything out of every macronutrient that you eat, i.e. fat, protein and carbohydrate. Your body needs all of those to do its job, because the flip side of that is then other things don't get done. You take keto, for instance. When you go on keto, you're no longer putting the carbohydrate into your body that it needs to do the carbohydrate jobs. So the carbohydrate jobs will give you energy. It will help you feel less tired. It will make you more awake, more alert. So when you go into ketosis, you're using amino acids from your protein to give you that energy. Now, that's great if you're somebody who has epilepsy, or you have a brain tumor, or you have cancer in general, because cancer loves sugar. And all the time you're stopping the sugar in your body, the cancer's not going to grow. So if you do have a brain tumor, your brain works off of glycogen, which is glucose broken down, it's sugar. And it gets broken down and it gets made into glycogen. And that is what fuels your brain. So that's why you get lethargic if you cut sugar out of your diet. It's what gives you a headache when you don't have sugar, because your body's craving it. And by cutting it out and using amino acids, you're now using your protein to restore. So carbs give you energy, protein restores. So now you're taking away from your restorative products in the body. So now when it comes to sleeping, your body's still trying to use the protein breakdown to give you energy, to renew your body, but you're not getting the full effect out of it. And that's why I don't like these diets. If you take the low-fat diets that were all the rage in the 80s and 90s, because the World Health Organization got it wrong. They said that a low-fat diet is going to help you lose weight. Wrong. It takes fat to burn fat. Your body works well with fat. It needs fat. You will start to lose weight if you have good fats in your diet. You're going to lower your cholesterol. Also, there's 4 vitamins of the body that is soluble in fat only, which is A, D, E, and K. So if you think about 3 of those, vitamin D, the amount of women especially who did these low-fat diets are probably going to end up with osteoporosis, because they didn't get the vitamin D into their body when they needed it, just by cutting out fat from their diet. They weren't able to utilize the vitamin D going into their body. So they might have drunk milk, but they're not getting any vitamin D out of it. They might take the supplements, but they're not getting vitamin D out of it. Everything has a reaction. And then you look at 2 others, vitamin A and vitamin E. Think of A&E, go into the A&E department. For people in America, that's going to your emergency department. But A&E is what we call it in the UK. And when you go to A&E, it's because you want to be healed. Well, your A&E vitamins do that healing. They look after the skin. They look after your hair and nails. They look after the internal organs. So when you're not able to utilize those vitamins, you're not getting the right nutrients around the body. So getting your diet right is always better than being on a diet. So your body, as I say, wants to keep you alive the whole time. So utilize it, make the most out of it, give it what it wants. Also, when you do these diets and you come off and you go on, you yo-yo. Yo-yo dieting is really, really important to not do. It affects your metabolism. It affects your blood sugars. So when you think about your metabolism, when you have something to eat and it's high in sugar, it goes, so your blood sugars go, and then you get the drop and you feel it in the afternoon. That's when you reach for your coffee, because you're on a diet. You've had your breakfast and now you crash because you're cutting your calories. And then your body has more and it goes up and it goes down. And when you do this and you yo-yo diet, or you do this with your metabolism and your blood sugars, it confuses the body. So you want your diet and your nutrition to kind of be like a wave. It's going to have peaks and troughs, but you want it to be in a wave, because your metabolism is steady. Your blood sugars are steady. Your energy levels are steady. You want to be like the ocean. And this is where a good, well-balanced, regular diet comes to mind. Because if you're having breakfast at a certain time and then you start to drop and you have a really good lunch and then you have a really good dinner and then you fast overnight. When you fast, I do like fasting. So I don't tend to eat past 8 o'clock at night, because then I don't have breakfast before 8 o'clock in the morning normally, which means I've got a 12-hour fast. Great way to fast. You're asleep. You don't even know you're doing it. So look at making your diet work for you rather than being on a diet. Because when you go on a diet, you want a quick fix, but you want it for long-term gains. Can't do that. No tea, no diet, no pill is going to have long-lasting effects. It's going to give you quick results. Quick fixes don't lead to long-term gains. So by getting things right, enjoying what you're eating will actually lead to long-term goals. And enjoy what you're doing when you're doing it. So remember, don't put your body into panic mode. Don't allow it to peak and trough. Allow it to go as a wave, and figure out a way to get good food into your diet instead of being on a diet, because that's the key to happiness, and that's the key to a long-term figure that's going to be good on the inside as well as the out. Okay, so that's us for today. I will leave you with, as I like to do, my affirmation of the day for people that want it. So today is, I live in the paradise of my own creation. Really, really good for this topic. You live in the paradise of your own creation. So if you're constantly looking for quick fixes, this paradise isn't going to come to you. But if you look after your body now, it's going to look after you in the long term. It's going to make you healthier for the long term. It's going to make you look younger. You won't have to have so much Botox. It's going to make you have more energy. You're going to need less caffeine. Look after your diet, and your diet will look after you. So I live in the paradise of my own creation. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good week. Until I see you next time, stay happy and stay healthy. Thanks. Bye-bye.